Hello YouTube, Dawson Rider here with a review of S.I.C. Kiwami Tamashii Kamen Rider Blade Jack form. The third form of Blade to be released in the line, and it's probably going to be pretty underwhelming because Blade was my least favorite mold of this line. But let's try to go in this with some optimism, shall we? Lol. So here we have the packaging. I always enjoy the packaging for this because it's pretty cool. It says S.I.C. Kiwami Tamashii at the top. In the background you can see a Rouse card which fits in with the whole, or the back of a Rouse card which fits in with the whole Blade theme. And then it's got Blade in really cool writing here, and then it says Jaku form. And then Master Rider Blade Jack form, and then it's got his symbol right here. Nothing on the sides or on the bottom. And then the back here, we just see some cool poses and what he can do. And it's just overall, it's a simple and unique packaging, and I enjoy it, largely because of the letters. So, not a whole lot to cover there. He doesn't come with a whole lot either. He comes with 3 hands. He's got the 2 on him that are his fists, and then he's got 2 for kind of holding and holding the sword and the cards for this hand, and then the one I have in him for holding the sword. And then he's got the fist that I took off of him, and then he's got the Blade Rouser. Blade Rouser? Yeah, that's right. Okay, and so it's nice. All the weapons are always really nicely detailed. As you can see, the sculpt and detail on this is pretty nice, like usual. And then here's the attachment for when he's pulling out cards, which is also pretty much impeccably detailed. Now let's see if I remember how to duel this so that we can get my game on and duel. I believe, yeah, you go like this, and you can switch out fairly easily. There's 2 pegs and they just line up, and that's how you do it. It's how you roll, man. So let's get that ready for the rest of it. So they're pretty simple to switch out, but really not a whole lot going on in terms of what he comes with. Now let's scooch in so we can get to the figure. Detail-wise, he looks better than Blade regular form or standard form or whatever, but not as cool as King form at all. So here we have his face, the same exact mold as Blade's, except he's got a clear kind of gold plastic here, which actually looks really nice. Like I know it's gold on the bottom and then clear here, but it looks really nice. And I do like that design aspect, and then really tiny compound eyes. And his face does look nice. And then his chest detailings look really cool with the bird on it. It just looks really awesome, I think. And the shoulders are really awesomely detailed as well. The size of his arm is nothing spectacular. He's got the Rouse absorber here, which has that on the top, which is very detailed. The belt also very nicely done, as you can see. And then his legs and stuff are S.I.C.ized and detailed and stuff. Then of course the main feature here is his wings, which are really nice. They're done in kind of a dark red kind of clear plastic, and then with a silver paint, and they look really nice. There's the back, in case you're wondering about those details. But they look pretty good. I guess we'll go over this one's Articulation. But Articulation, this is the exact same figure as original Blade, so he's got a 360 joint up here, but they're heavily hindered by these shoulder pads because they're barely movable. And then he's got I think it's a single joint here. And this side, it hardly moves at all because of the Rouse absorber. So that's kind of bad. He's got the swiveling here, which is nice, 360 and up and down head movement slightly, and then nice joints in here. But they are hindered by this piece here, which is kind of crappy. Double knee joints, you got swiveling here, and then back and forth, no toe joints. But still good articulation, but Blade is pretty hindered overall. These back here, all of the wing pieces, except for these outer ones, move individually, so you can have them flying and shit, and it looks cool. So that's cool, so you can be like, I don't know. And then this whole piece actually does come off. So, whatever. But that's nice, I guess, for accessibility. But the wings do look cool, and they move and allow for, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, just allow for flying poses. I possibly would put a little maybe stand on here and try to get him to be in the flying pose. So let's just switch out hands. To do that, we're going to pull this here out, and they're done in ball joints now. I think I've mentioned this before. Unlike the the older ones, which weren't done in ball joints. But they snap in really easily, and they're pretty tight. And oh yeah, this figure, another one, all my joints are tight. I have no problems with any of my Kiwamis. God damn. And this did come off though, because I flung it. Sorry about that. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Why are you being like this? There we go. Okay. So now here's my main problem with the original Blade, is that he had a really hard time holding his weapon, And this guy suffers the same fate, since this is a really easy figure for them to make, because they basically just repainted Blade and gave him wings. So he has a really hard time holding his sword. That's what she said. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that off, but he'll hold it lightly. It's kind of hard to get him to like do the cool card thing. I guess if I put it backwards, I could sort of simulate it. And he would like hold the cards like this, but it's really weak and really hard to hold, so I apologize if that was kind of, you know, sloppy, but it's just really hard to do, so I'm going to kind of get him in a cool pose and get on to the final verdict, just because it's kind of annoying to have to deal with that. So, overall, do I like this guy better than original Blade? Yes. Do I recommend him? No. I only really recommended the other Blade if you're a huge Blade fan, and this goes for the same. If Blade is your favorite show, or you just really love the designs, then pick him up. He's a very well-detailed figure. I mean, S.I.Cs are very well-detailed. There's no loose joints. I mean, he's definitely not a terrible figure amongst what could be a horrible figure, but he's pretty weak. I still think that he's probably the second weakest of the entire line. Original Blade is the weakest, but this guy is just not good. I just didn't care for the mold so much, and the hands make it really hard for him to hold his weapon. But, I don't know. I just really don't recommend him. The wings are neat, and he definitely looks cooler, but if you're not collecting all these and you don't have a huge hard-on for Blade, easy skip. So, no Dawson Rider seal approval on this one. So I'll end this embarrassment now. Make sure to check out a small little bit review of this guy at writersrangerambles.com, and of course check out there for the crazy podcast and Toku news in the craziest way possible. So until next time, it's Dawson Rider, signing out.